Hi guys, Yuli here. So today I'm doing a garden tour and I decided to do this kind of unedited, just real life, not mulched, not weeded, all the mess in the garden tour. Because I think perfection is kind of overrated, and I think I have a lot of problems with like getting everything perfect before I take photos or videos or do anything. So I think it's important to kind of show, your place and your garden as is, because it's beautiful no matter what. If you're enjoying it, doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. So actually this is the third time I am filming this, not because of perfection, but because it gets too long, and I tend to talk about individual plants a lot, so I will not concentrate on individual plants. If you have any questions, just ask them in the comment section below. If you're wondering what kind of plant it is or what kind of cultivar, I will kind of focus on things that are blooming right now. But other than that, I will not go into any more details. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so I'll start at the front of the house, and all of that mess over there, all my plants that are waiting to be planted. There's some chewy boxes I have to put inside the house. Pachysandra didn't winter really well. So, it is what it is. I do have a beautiful flowering dogwood blooming white over there. This one died, deer damage. And there's my kitty. We live on a very busy street. This street is really busy. And this one is kind of a light traffic, but it gets very loud during the day. And we have planes, we have cars, we have people walking by, so it's kind of noisy, but it's all right, we love it. So this little garden here is our corner garden with birches, and we select plants that try to do well underneath birches, because birches are famously competitive with other plants. So euonymus. So all of these are different cultivars of euonymus. There's one boxwood right here, the variegated type. So boxwood euonymus are doing really well here. So I may plant more in these pockets right here. Hostas do really well as well. And so is this Pgm Rhododendron. Now that thing over here is Carya japonica. And it is not my favorite yellow. I'm more like a mellow yellow person. This is very bright yellow, but I really love the arching branches of it. So it's really pretty right now. And over here, we actually going to extend this birch garden bed, and I'm going to start planting hostas here soon. See, we've got mulch bags going on, rakes, all kind of things. So, I forgot to show you, there's more euonymus here. I did plant some pots early in the spring. These are about 3 weeks old and they're doing really well. Now, next part of the garden, which is very popular where our neighbors, is this perennial border right here. So it goes all the way up the sidewalk and it turns to the kitchen door. And it's more of the summer fall planting palette. So it's gonna come in about June. It's too early for it. Sorry, I had to stop and pause because one of my neighbors was walking by with the dogs, and everybody wants to chat, which is very cool. But I actually had to cross the street. I wanted to show you what this entire length of the garden looks like right now. It's just spectacular. This Kwanzaa cherry has been blooming incredibly this year. I'm not sure what happened. I did fertilize it a lot last year, so maybe that could be the reason. And I do have a redbud over there and a weeping cherry right over there. There's a Japanese maple. This is a hedge maple that the town planted, but I actually requested it because it's more of a smaller tree, so it would not shade out any of my plantings. So this is a closer view of the Kwanzaa cherry, and it is a beauty. Now this area we call Devil Strip, so the area between the road and the sidewalk is technically a public space, but they allow you to dig it up and plant plants there. So I'm running out of space for my plants and I'm continuing this Devil Strip. Hey buddy! Hey! It's one of my kitties. Hey Lookster! Hi! So I'm probably going to go all the way to the stop sign at some point. I don't know, when I have energy. So another thing here is the hedge. It's a forsythia hedge. We inherited it from our previous owners. I would never recommend planting forsythia hedges. They require a lot of maintenance to keep them formal. If you want some sort of like a natural hedge, they're okay, but it's a struggle. So we actually, during our snowstorms in the winter, we lost part of it. So I pruned it and we'll see how it will rebound. I have no idea. But anyway, this again, the cherry tree is really pretty. And a couple of years ago, I started this shade garden underneath the cherry tree. And they're most of them are obviously shady plants. There's bleeding hearts, there are different types of hostas. This is tiarella, I think that's running tapestry, and it's going to be covered with white flowers in a couple of weeks. It's just absolutely spectacular. And when this tree finishes blooming, all these pink petals fall on the ground, and it's absolutely amazing. So in fact, if you see a little bit closer, they already started falling. I do have some Hakenacloa. There's some Solomon seal. There's my kitty again. So the perennial border continues up this driveway all the way to our kitchen door. And I have some knockout roses. So this area here is about 9 years old. And as you go further down to the corner garden, it gets younger. So I kind of started gardening here, and then I was chopping up the lawn square foot by square foot, which was an issue with my husband, but now he absolutely loves this. So I have some alliums. There's some Globe Masters in here, and they tend to spread a lot, so I might divide them after they bloom this year. Now I wanted to show you this cool plant. This is hardy kiwi, Actinidia calamicta, and I bought it for a couple of reasons. A, it produces kiwis, and then it has these cool leaves with white tips. There's another cultivar that has pink tips, but I mean, this is so cool. I just love this. They do need girls and boys to produce fruit, so I do have both. Now, our kitchen garden here, I have some tulips that are blooming. I lost tons of tulips to deer this spring. But these, because this is a very busy area, obviously we'll walk back and forth here. They don't come here. Now these bushes right here are hollies. They're China girls, and there's a China boy in the back. So all these girls were covered with berries. It was absolutely gorgeous in the winter. And then robins came in and they ate all of them, which is fine. And then that is a climbing hydrangea. That thing is probably, I'll say 8 years old. And it blooms every year. It's very pretty. And this is the back of the Perennial Border. I have some peonies, so I did put in peony rings this year. Hi, bud. I know. For the first year I put in peony rings, and they help tremendously. I have some hellebora on both sides. I hope this video is not too shaky. I'm sorry guys, I'm not a great videographer. Solomon seal, really lovely plant. I love everything about it. It's very hardy, it's not too aggressive, but fills in space kind of fast. Variegated leaves, white flowers. There is the bleeding hearts. Now these hostas, I have no idea what they are. I got a flat from Home Depot and it didn't have a label on it. Have to fill in that pot. Again, not weeded, not mulched. Garden reality here. So we're going back to the front, back to the birch garden. And this is it for the front yard. Okay, so back to the backyard. So I consider backyard starts like at the gate, and we had to put in the fence for the dog, and that's not my dog, that's my neighbor's dog. He's very sweet, so he's a play date for my puppy. So I'll probably start at the gates, and this is like the dog section, you know, leashes, poop collection. These pots I usually fill in with tropicals in the summer, elephant ear and stuff. Now get ready for a real garden reality in the backyard. The front yard we kind of keep on more tidy side. In the backyard we have dogs, we have all kind of things going on, so you know, it is what it is, it's life. Anyway, this is our woodland area. This garden I created about a year ago, yeah, maybe less than a year ago, and I have some daffodils blooming here in the spring. And again, I really want to go into all the details, but this video is gonna get too long. And this is our lovely vegetable garden that we put in a week ago, actually exactly a week ago, and we are enjoying it so far. And then my husband put in some native bee hive right there, and I got this arbor from Hay Needle. I gotta get some vines growing up it. So if you look at the woodland area from this view, and of course we have dogs running around all the time destroying things, but I just love this little area here. Now we do have some majestic trees. This is a pin oak, and you can tell how beautiful and tall it is. Now this is a Japanese maple. This is one of the reasons we fell in love with the house. This tree is absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm gonna go in the back of the backyard. Now that area over there is a blueberry hill, and it has all kind of different cultivars of blueberries, but I interplanted it with some tulips. We painted this fence black. I love black fences. They kind of disappear in the landscape and they look so elegant. All right, what are you doing, Trigger? Are you going crazy? Are you going crazy? These are hemlocks, and it's very difficult to grow anything under them. So I've been trying over the years. There's some stuff like Ligularia right there is doing fine. And this used to be our vegetable garden, and this is work in progress. So we removed all the beds and I am making this a cutting garden this year, and I am super excited. I got the gladiolas started indoors, so I have to put them in here. I'm gonna have cosmos and bachelor's button and all kind of cutting flowers in here. It's fenced from the dogs. This is another little woodland garden, and you know, plants waiting to be planted. There's some azaleas starting to bloom. It's candy tuft, variegated dogwood, and so the lawn is okay. I guess we'll never have a perfect lawn, going back to the no perfection, because we do have dogs and we use the backyard a lot. And the last area in our garden in the backyard here is this little seating area with a pond, and we do have fish inside that have to go outside in probably next week. So there's always tons to do. This is a redbud and it's starting to bloom. I love this tree. I got this tree in Wayside Gardens as a sprig. Tiny, 4 foot tall, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So the pond is starting to clear up. We were waiting, I've been putting that bacteria in there to clear the water up. These are white alliums. I have some roses over there. And we are back at the kitchen door. This is our arbor. And I really like this setting right here. It is just so pretty. I love the framing of this space. So that's it for the backyard, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this garden tour. I hope it wasn't too boring or long or loud or all over the place. So go out there and garden and enjoy your outdoor space. It's very therapeutic, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.